Okay, Grandma. Where were you, or when were you born? What year?
May 2nd, 1913.
May 2nd, 1913. What's your mom's name?
Maria Eugenia Cruz.
And what's your dad's name?
Joaquin Anton Cruz.
And they both came from?
Cape Verde.
Cape Verde. And they met here?
Yep.
Really?
In Alameda.
In Alameda?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go to school?
In Alameda. Mastic School. Washington School.
Mastic School?
Yep.
What's that?
It's a senior citizen thing now, but it was a school.
Really?
But it was an old-fashioned school. This is a new building. It was one of the old-fashioned schools that we had in Alameda.
Was it?
They're all gone. They don't have any more. They remodeled them or built new ones.
But was it a public school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. From the first grade to the 5th grade, and then you went to Washington from the 6th or 8th, then you graduated and went to high school.
Mm-hmm. You didn't go to high school then?
One term.
Then semester?
I had to go part-time for a while.
Really?
In those days, that you had been part-time. You didn't go, the truant officer came to the house to find out.
Really?
Why you didn't go, yeah.
So wait, so you only went one semester?
Yeah.
Or like one?
Yeah, the low...
And then what you got?
Freshman, low freshman.
So how come you stopped going? Like, they didn't make you finish school then?
No.
No? So it's how you didn't have to go to high school? It was a choice?
You didn't have to regular high school, you had to go to part-time.
Uh-huh.
So if you didn't go, then they came and found out why you didn't go. There was a man and a lady. I forget what their names was now. So you went.
So they used to come, so your mom didn't, she didn't make you go to school?
She didn't force us to go.
No. So did you work after that?
And then first job I had was the restaurant next door. I started working there, washing dishes. Then I got to learn how to wait on tables. And then then from there I went to San Francisco Bag Factory. Worked in a bag factory.
Bag factory?
Yeah, where the bags, like coffee came in big heavy bags and different kind of bags. And then the place I worked for, they repaired the bags. So we had to clean them up. We put them in the blower, get all the stuff out of it.
Okay.
And put them in, and there was women that patched them up. And then they baled them, and I guess they sold them back to the company, coffee company or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I got married in 32. And then
So you were 19 years old?
18.
18?
Mm-hmm. I think that's when I worked in San Francisco. And then after that, I worked in a cannery.
Who was your first husband?
Tony Ramos. He died in 36.
Is that how you guys, so you were widowed?
No, he just went to sleep, died in his sleep.
I mean, you didn't get a divorce?
No.
Uh-huh.
And then I was single until 1940, and then I married your grandfather, John Araujo, in 1940 October. And then I worked, I still worked part-time in the cannery summertime.
Now, which cannery? Is this the one right across the street?
Fruitvale Cannery.
Fruitvale?
No, with fruits, peaches, pears, fruit cocktail.
That's where Roeland, Illinois is now.
Where? What is
Fruitvale.
On,
Or was it Del Monte?
no, Fruitvale. On in East Oakland?
Yeah.
Yeah, off of the street, that's and then the war came in 1940, 41, and then 42, I think we started working in 42. We went to the Naval Air Station, me and my cousin Rosie,
That was good money.
and we got on.
Rosie, she's
83 cents an hour we started off
Big
at.
money though. That's
It was big money then, huh?
compared to what you were making in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the restaurant was 50 cents an hour. And then I stayed there till I got pregnant with Jackie, and then I quit. I resigned. I took leave.
What year was that?
In
46?
40, yeah, she was born in 46. Must have been 1945 when I retired. I mean, quit.
So Grandma was Rosie the Riveter.
No.
Rosie was Rosie the Riveter.
Sandblast. I was a
Went to
sandblaster.
work.
I worked at the sandblasting
All the
machine.
women that went to work were called Rosie the Riveter.
Yeah.
And then from there I went in a plating shop.
The what shop? The plane?
Plating.
Plating.
Yeah. You see copper, metal, chrome, each tank, different stuff go in there, and it comes out with copper.
So there was like all women working in there pretty much.
Women and men.
Women and men?
Yeah, yeah.
But a lot of jobs opened up for women at that time.
Yeah, Yep. And then I got laid off there in 69, I think. Then I went to post office for about a year, and then they called me back to Naval Air Station. I stayed there till 1990.
Oh, but when did you go back to Naval Air after you quit with Jack?
In 69, I think.
Oh, after she graduated from high school.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. They called you back?
Yeah, they were hiring again, so my boss, the boss.
Alice never left.
Alice.
She was there the whole time.
Called me and told me if I wanted to go back to work, so I went back to work.
Alice never.
Alice stayed there for 32 years.
Wow. So she went there at the same time that you and Rosie did?
Yeah,
And they never left.
but she couldn't retire until because she started when she was 18, so she had to work 2 more years to make the retirement age, whatever it was, 30 years. Yeah, she had to work 32 years, because she started at 18. What was it? Seventh Day Adventist? Not Seventh Day Adventist.
Yeah, one of those. Seventh-day Adventist or...
No,
What was Albert's religion called? Jackie? What was Albert's religion called?
Seventh-day Adventist?
I guess it was Seventh Day Adventist.
So that's what it is.
He took care of a church over there in Benai, and they were there, and then she came back in 70. She must have been before 76, because she came back in 76. And they wouldn't go back anymore.
She came back to see me. No, I'm just kidding. That's when I was born.
Oh.
No. But, so you had my mom in 46, and then when was
Tony in
born?
49, and Stephanie in 55.
And then when did you move to Sebastopol? When my mom was born? Or?
In 49, yeah, your mother, Tony was 10 months old. She was born in April, we moved in November, I think, 49.
So is that when you bought the farm?
Yeah. And then stayed there till 69. Then I got the job, but I'd work during the week. I'd stay with my mother and then go home on weekend. And then Tony got married, so we brought your grandfather back to Alameda. Everybody moved back to Alameda.
So that was when, so Grandpa stayed at the farm?
Yeah,
in 69?
Yeah, until 69, yeah. That's when Tony got married, and there was nobody to stay with him, because I brought Stephanie back to Alameda, because she wasn't doing good in school, so I brought her back to Alameda with me. And then we brought John back, and then everybody was in Alameda. Rented a place out of there.
So, your mom lived in the house next door?
Yeah.
And then she owned the restaurant.
Yeah.
When did you guys sell the restaurant?
we had to quit during the war because they rationed meat and everything was rationed, you know. And I think you could get so much, and then I guess she put too much on the plate, you know, and everything, you know, like that. And after you were out of your stamps, we had to wait till the next month. So then we had to quit. They say, the guys would tell us, oh, serve chicken and fish or something like that. You do that and nobody wants it, you know, they want meat. So we just closed the place down. And then she lived downstairs in the back part of the house.
Was my mom born in that house?
No, she was born in, she was, where you guys living on Mount Street, was it? No, in Livermore when Jackie was born. I mean when,
No, where was my mom born? Where did you have my mom? Not in the house next door?
In the hospital.
Or was it in the hospital?
yeah, Alameda Hospital, yeah.
Because you were born in that house, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
her and Tony was born in Alameda Hospital, and Stephanie was born in Kaiser Hospital.
In Sebastopol or no?
No.
And then when did your mom die?
In 1970, December of 70. Last month made 31 years that she died.
Really? How old was she?
92.
Wow.
And my father died.
I just missed her by, 2 years, 3 years? Jackie and I got married in 74, for 73. So she died 1 year.
Yes. 7.
So I only missed her by 3 years.
Yeah.
I missed Julie, Bernadette's mom, and I missed Grandma. But I saw everybody else.
Oh boy. So then, did you?
He died not too long ago. Yeah.
Cirrhosis.
Is that what it was? Oh.
So did you end up selling when you sold that house?
Yeah. No, I kept it for a while, rented it out. And then I sold it in, I forget what year I sold it now. I had to because my mother didn't leave a will or anything, you know, and everybody was all grown up. So I was taking care of it, rent and all like that. So I said, I have to sell it and give everybody their share, you know, because that's why I sold it.
Yeah. So you had how many brothers and sisters?
3 brothers and 1 sister.
Yeah,
I'm the first girl, 3 boys, and then Alice was the last one.
Did they finish high school?
Huh?
Did they finish high school?
Nope, nobody did in my family.
So Alice is the youngest?
Yeah.
And then, what was it, Jonna?
No, Benny,
Benny?
and then Georgie, and then John, and then me.
So you were the oldest?
Yeah. Me and John are the only 2 are left now, the 2 oldest ones.
Yeah. And then, okay, so who were Jonna's kids?
Jerry.
That's his only kid?
Yeah, the one that's
Jerry.
cerebral palsy. He got cerebral palsy.
And then Benny?
Georgie had 2 boys and 3 girls.
Georgie did?
Yeah.
Who were his
Melvin and Jack, Darlene, Maria, and Alice.
Okay.
And then Benny only had 2, Bernadette and Anthony. But Anthony died young.
Oh, really?
In a real accident. And then my Alice had 2 girls and 1 boy.
Right. Big family.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had 3 kids. Johnny had only 1, Jerry. Georgie had 5.
That's like 15.
And Benny had 2. And Alice had 3.
Yeah. How come you bought the, why did you buy the house in Sebastopol? How did you know about
My
that?
cousin used to live next door, Maria and May's mother and Pops. So we go for, summertime we go up there for vacation. So the house next to my house was being for sale. So we went and looked at it, so we decided to buy it.
Wow. Crazy. So how long did Grandpa work for the,
Longshoreman?
yeah.
From 36 until, I don't know what year he retired. But before that, he was a bargeman. They have these barges that used to carry like bags of coffee or something. And if the tide was low, then you had to run with a hand wheelbarrow with the sacks, run up the ramp with it and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was hard.
That was a separate union.
Yeah.
That was a separate
Bargeman,
union.
yeah.
That was a union before he joined
Longshoreman, yeah. And then when the longshoremen, they had a big strike or something, then they went into the longshoremen.
Yeah, I remember that, I learned about that, like there was some kind of like shooting or something.
Oh yeah, on July the 5th, you had some strike. The guys on strike got killed.
I remember
they still celebrate every July 5th. They still have
really?
a ceremony or something on that corner where it happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I had a California history class and we were talking about that. Wasn't it like in San Francisco? Or
yeah, waterfront, San Francisco waterfront. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
36.
Yeah. Yeah, all kinds of ships used to come in San Francisco. Even numbers were on one side, and even on the Perry building. Hawaiian. Matson was Hawaiian. Looking back. Oh, there were all kinds of ships from England, from all over came, with cargo and everything, come and got stuff.
Yeah.
But now they have the containers now. Those containers, everything comes. They started to use a container because I think the guys used to steal a lot and everything. Mm-hmm. And they still steal with the containers.
What do you mean? What would they steal?
Anything if a freezer ship maybe would have ham and stuff like that.
Yeah.
they tie the ham on their shoulder and just throw their coat over. Coming out the gate, if they were going to be stopped or anything, they cut the rope and drop the ham and keep walking.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my first husband, he used to work on a sugar boat, and then he went longshoreman. And they give him stuff and everything, but he wouldn't want to take it. He watched when they're not looking, and he'd throw it behind the cargo. He wouldn't come out with it. Sheets. Yeah, sheets, everything.
Really?
Anything that they worked on, they steal.
Wow.
They did a container, but they said they still steal them with the container. So
Really?
I guess if somebody wants to do something, they'll find a way to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but Harry Bridges, he was what was the union guy? He believed in union. They tried to say he was communist, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
But too bad that all these unions ain't like him, Like
Yeah.
with Stephanie, where she's working, their union is a mess,
I know.
But he fought, and we got the medicals. See, we got Kaiser, and we don't pay nothing. Only $1 per medicine.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that he straightened out, the company with the company and everything.
Right.
They got a pension. I get a pension through my husband, yeah.
Yeah.
So he was a good guy. They just celebrated his 100th birthday, I think, last month in May, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, too bad all these union guys wouldn't like him.
I know.
Yep, the people would be
It takes people to, I don't know, people nowadays don't seem as brave as they were last
I know, I
time.
guess not, yeah.
Maybe.
And I think what
might
it is,
change.
they're money hungry. They take money on the side, and
Right.
it's just anything for money.
Right.
Yeah.
And plus, I think you guys had it, you grew up like a lot harder.
Yeah.
So nowadays, for people my age, it's like, we didn't really have that hard of an upbringing, So to actually, like, know what to stand up against and what types of things to, like, back then it was more probably clear cut, you know what I mean? It was like, those people definitely needed to get their benefits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Grandpa worked there for a pretty long time though.
Yeah, from there until
36 to probably.
from 36 until I think 69. That's when he moved to Alameda. When he got arthritis, he couldn't work very much, so he was in a gang with Jack and Bob Costa, Matthias and Albert Cruz, and so they'd make him go sit behind the cargo, and they'd do his share of work and everything, you know. So I told the girl, they need a priest, because Albert's dead, Fubu's dead, Bob's dead.
What they used to do? They used to go there and not work.
Yeah, for him because he couldn't work. He had arthritis. You know.
Oh, Grandpa.
Yeah. So they'd make him go sit someplace, and they do his share of work. You know, for him. Yeah. Yeah, and then finally he had to quit. Though it was so bad he had to quit.
Okay. So, how old was he when you got married to him?
In his 50s, I think. He was born in 1897.
Did you meet him like at your restaurant or something?
No, his uncle lived across the street on Arbor Street, and so he lived with them when he came from back east. He lived with them, and he'd come and visit over our house and everything. He's the one that would pay me to do the Charleston and all like that.
He came from back east.
Yeah.
From where?
From Cape Verde on a whaling ship.
Okay.
That's how those folks from Cape Verde, that's how the men got out, you know, on whaling ships. Then when they got here, then they take off, you know. So he came in New Bedford. My father came in San Francisco.
Oh, really?
On a whaling ship in San Francisco.
So whaling, that means that they were actually like hunting for whales?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
But your grandfather, John, he worked in the kitchen though. Yeah. But my father, I think they did the whaling. They harpoon a whale, and the whale sometimes would take them quite a ways and everything. One of the friends we knew, they got lost out in the sea from the whale taking them out, and they were just almost ready to die, and they were, I forget how many was it, and they were waiting for one to die, could nothing to eat, anything.
Yeah.
I guess try to eat him or something.
Yeah.
And finally they got found, you know, but almost.
Crazy.
Almost, yeah.
So wait, so Grandpa came to New Bedford, and then did he live back east?
Yeah, his sister lived there, so he stayed with her. He worked in a cotton mill where they make thread and material and everything. That's how he lost his finger on the spinning wheel or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then from there he came to Alameda because his two uncles lived in Alameda, so he came to Alameda.
And then he was friends with Uncle Nick's dad?
Yeah, and all those guys.
Who's Nick's dad?
Nicholas. He was Nicholas Miranda. And then there was a brother.
Nicholas was his grandfather.
Jerome Miranda and Joe Miranda.
Nicholas is brother.
Where's he going, to the store?
Yeah, you need anything? He's going to go to the video store.
Oh, because Safeway, 10 minutes will be closed.
It will?
Yeah.
Because, so, it wasn't Grandpa, he was Uncle Nick's godfather, right? I think so.
No, yeah, Nick, yeah. Because there was the oldest brother, Tommy, and then Nick, and then Albert. I can't remember if he was Nick's father.
Mom, wasn't Grandpa Nick's godfather?
My dad?
Yeah. I think Uncle Nick has told me that.
Did you just call him his godfather? I know Chris was Tony.
Yeah.
Godfather. I don't know.
I can't remember
I
now.
thought he was. Who else would have been? Nick's godfather.
And who's his gunman? Yana?
His England.
Either Yana or Olalia or...
So was there just all Cape Verdean people living on that street?
Yeah.
The whole street?
Pretty much.
Or for like a couple blocks or what?
Pretty
Yeah, from Chapin all the way to Arbor Street.
Really?
Did you see? They haven't migrated very far from.
Well, there's not that many though. Oh, there's some.
No, you got Nick.
On Arbor there is.
Yeah, on Eagle Avenue there was T-Toy, the Costas. On the Chapin there was a Fonseca. On Buena Vista there was Sharon Miranda, Joe Miranda, two brothers. And it came down to our end of town, my father, and Maria and her husband Tunin on J Street, and Miranda, Ines and John Miranda on Arbor Street, and your father's uncle Joe and Maria on Arbor Street, and Bella on Pacific Avenue.